Sue and I were invited to attend the Project Pawpaw Wisconsin Research Orchard Planting on Memorial Day weekend this year, and we made the trip up that Sunday. You know it's going to be a good road trip when it starts with the Roll and Donut Cafe. It reminded me of trips with my grandparents up to Wisconsin. My parents would pile us all in the car, and I would be in the way back of our station wagon off to some supper club with them somewhere. It was one of those big sky days where everything just looked beautiful. Unfortunately, it was also pretty breezy that day, so some of the audio was a bit garbled by wind noise. We used an AI filter to clean it up a bit, but it didn't work perfectly, so some of the audio might sound a little weird, and that's why. Do you want some gloves?
I guess with my pockets.
Is that a sponge on the end of there?
Yes.
Cool.
5 feet.
That does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Is it a coffee can on there?
These are small containers. You can fit a lot of them in. And when you're working with thousands of plants, space does become an issue in the greenhouse. The issue is they can become root bound pretty quick. So taking them out, you got to be careful with them. Also, if they're root bound, you could run your finger along, make sure that they don't circle, that they spread out. This soil's been really prepped. It's been filled 3 times over the course of weeks. So you terminate, you till, and you let it sit for a couple weeks so that any dormant seed in there will break. Then you till it again. Then we laid the plastic, so it's real loose. We're not concerned about glazing of the holes with the auger or anything. You can stick your finger along the sides very easily, so they'll be able to escape the confines of the pot just fine. And then we'll come through and we'll do a mycorrhizal inoculant. When we do a bare root, we'll dip them in a bucket that has the mycorrhizal inoculant in it. But that's just really not a good way to do it with these because your bucket would just fill with mud. So we'll water it in.
As far as getting them out of the containers, is there any special instruction there?
Tried and true.
Just
Squeeze a gentle tug.
All right.
Yep, I mean you'll definitely get a feel for it. And these, they're not fully root bound, but they do have enough root that they stay together pretty well. It's a good time to be planting them. I wouldn't want them to be bigger than this. The nice thing about these is that they do fit really well in an auger hole. You look at the Anderson band pots that I used to use for previous generation of seedling sales. Those also work great. They fit in a hole. Those, the 14-inch citrus Stewie and Sons tree pots are awesome to grow. Great for potted plants. You could plant bare roots into them. They're really difficult to plant into a system like this. The whole bad bowl is the size of a coffee can. And if you make a bigger hole to fit a tree like that, then you have weeds coming up around the base.
Right.
So this works well because the tube and the hole and the plants are all sized perfectly for each other. And in a grafted orchard, it would make sense to you could plant it differently. The other thing you can do is if you have rootstock started like this, plant your seedling rootstock out. Because even in the best plantings in New Jersey, we had 92% survival, which is good, but that's 8% loss. And if you have $50 grafted trees out in the field, why lose those? Why not lose a $5 seedling?
Right.
So plant your rootstocks out like this in a system that suppresses weeds, and then graft it at year 3. And if the graft dies, graft lower. So it's all about mitigating risk. I think the home grower would do great growing grafted trees, planting a healthy full-size tree. But if you can take care of it, planting a smaller tree and just being diligent about plant maintenance is a great way to go. Like I said, these are the containers, and you just Gently take them out there, and you've got good root structure here. It's not circling, so I'm not too worried about that. And they're going to spread out when we plant them. This hole was augured. Now the surface soil is a little drier than I'd like it, but freshly augured hole is very easy to plant into. Hang it, and then you want to have it at the existing soil level. A little deeper is okay. The soil will settle in the hole as it gets watered in. Definitely not shallow. You don't want any roots showing. A nice firm press down, and ultimately we'd love our soil level to be equal or level with the top of the fabric.
Got it. Okay.
And that'll all wash off eventually.
When are you going to come through and water these?
I'll water these tonight. There's
Okay.
buried irrigation too.
Gotcha.
I just have to finish hooking it up. The next step is these are fiberglass tomato stakes. Very durable, very affordable option. These are Tree Pro tree protectors. They're made out of recycled milk jugs, made in Indiana. So, nice option if you're looking to buy American-made products. And you put it over. Be real gentle. Don't fold your seedling in half. This is the most time-consuming plaque. There's multiple tree tube brands out there. There's Plantra, and there's these, and there's blue tubes and other things. These are the cheapest. I like these because if you have a grafted tree or you have something you're going to be checking on, you can open up the bottom and look at the graft union. Whereas a Plantra, you have to pull up and you can really disturb things. These are cheaper to buy, but more expensive to install. It takes a lot of time. Compared to the paperboard tree tubes that we used in the first orchard, I'd say these probably have added 2 or 3 times the time required to plant out this orchard. We by the end of the day, we'll be at the same level. We'll have 750 trees done, but it's been a lot more time involved.
And what was the brand of these ones again?
These are Tree Pro.
Tree Pro. Okay.
These are Tree Pro tubes. They have Miracle tubes and other brand or other models, but the Tree Pro is a great one. And this is a 30-inch tube. So right over there on that part of the field, we'll have an establishment trial. Like I've been saying, lots of people have opinions on the right way to plant pawpaws and the tree tubes or no tree tube, but we're going to get some answers. So we're going to plant with 30-inch Tree Pros, 48-inch, and 60-inch Tree Pros. There's some 60-inch tubes over there, as well as no tree tubes, the same paperboard tree protectors that we use in the New Jersey orchard, and the white poly bags that the Croatians are using in their orchards.
Putting the irrigation together.
I can talk you through one of the valves in the oak.
Okay.
This is a weird fix so that I can water those rows before putting in these.
Thinking about that spotted pawpaw.
The end
Hell
of a
yeah.
long day of hard work.
Driving a golf cart with a beer in it.
That says "Wash me" on the windshield.
Where is it? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Hands on the wheel.
I gotta say, probably better reverse.
That's fun.
I'm not a golfer by any means, but I gotta admit one of the perks of pawpaw planting is getting to ride an inordinate amount in golf carts and comparable vehicles. It's fun.
The electric golf cart is critical because we stop at all these trees to take data points.
Yeah.
And the gas ones, there's 2,000 hazelnuts over there.
Yeah.
You'd break that thing instantly.
Stop, start, yeah.
We take really high resolution images of these trees, and we can use computer learning to look at how many branches or how many buds.
Oh, cool.
Or
Okay.
when flowers break.
Okay, we're going out to the truck.
I'm gonna go off that way. It's drop off there. But the best way to do that is to have a blue background because there's not very much blue in nature.
Right. Okay.
So I have a gigantic blue screen made out of plywood. It's like 8 foot tall, and it straps to the side of this golf cart, and we drive it through the field behind every tree and take pictures with DSLR.
That's pretty great. Have you done any, fun blue screen screwing around with video or anything like that?
Not yet.
Okay.
But
I'm sure we'll hear from Adam D'Angelo about how the Wisconsin Pawpaw Research Orchard is going in the coming years. It sounds like he'll be a regular guest at the Pawpaw Festival in Pawpaw, Illinois. Inspired by Adam's experiment and all the seedlings that we sprouted in the Hiawatha greenhouse, and the fact that Adam gave me 11 of those sweet crow tree tubes, we were able to organize a planting of pawpaws at NIU's North 40. I was there to explain a bit about proper pawpaw planting procedure, and with a lot of help from Sean Beck and Courtney Gallagher and a group of other folks, we were able to organize this planting of 11 trees with one grafted tree of the parent tree from which these seedlings were derived. We'll check in. There's no irrigation at this area, but there is a small creek where we'll be able to dip water from. We also planted a bunch of seeds out, which I have not seen signs of yet, but hopefully we will, either this year or next. Here's some of the seedlings in tree tubes. And here's the group of folks, or at least some of them, that came out. Multiple people cycled through the day. Thanks to everybody who showed up and organized the event.
That's right. 1, 2.
This is very exciting. Investment in the future.
Yeah. And we might be surprised at our timeline to fruit on this. I really don't know.
Okay.
But that's, you get better at making plants by killing some too. And there may be some mortality here. And that's okay.
Well, yeah.
But
Investment in the future with these specific trees and also a partnership.
my typical Debbie Downer self there in person, but it's true. This team of people came together to plant these trees. We have a team of volunteers that are going to check on them, and they're planted in a semi-native setting with water nearby, with hopes that they'll grow and leave a legacy.